Okay. All right. So while the message is not equal to congratulations, then that means the message is too high or too low. And when it's too high or too low, we want to display that message to them. If it's too high, we want to display too high. If it's too low, we want to display too low, and give them an option to try again. So we ask them again. This time we tell them try again. Let's put a colon here. And then we get the number again. And when we get the number, what do we want to do? We want to check it. So we're going to do the same thing as here as this. I'm going to copy this line. We want to check that number. We want to check the number that the user has just typed again, provided again. I'm sorry. Before that, we made a mistake. Okay, so we print the message if it's too high or too low, right? We don't generate a new number. Actually, we are still dealing with the same random number, so we're fine. We're good. I'm sorry. Don't get confused here. So we're fine. Okay, I was going to generate another random number, but we don't. Random number has already been generated. Okay, so we're still dealing with random number here, and so don't worry. So we display too high or too low if it's too high or too low, which is it's going to be too high or too low because the message wouldn't be congratulations. If the message is not equal to congratulations, then display if it's too high or too low. We want to ask the user again, this time displaying try again. The user types in the number, we store it here, and we check the user's number with the same random number that the user guessed wrong. Okay, we are still asking the user to try and guess that same random number that was generated over here. And then it's going to check the number and display or return the message, whether too high, too low, congratulations. And the message will be stored here. And then the loop will go back up here again. And so it's going to check that message again to see if it's congratulations. If it's not congratulations, then the user got it wrong, and it's still going to display too high, too low, try again, until the user gets it correct. And if the user gets it correct, congratulations will be returned over here. And congratulations will be stored here, and in that case, message will be equal to congratulations. This is only in the case where message is not equal to congratulations. But if message is equal to congratulations, then this while loop wouldn't even run in the first place, because this statement will be false. Okay, this statement congratulations not equal to congratulations will be false. Why? Because congratulations is equal to congratulations. Okay, this is only going to happen if if message is not equal to congratulations. Okay, so if the message is equal to congratulations outside of the loop, if the message is equal to, once this loop is done, if the message is equal to congratulations, okay, if it's equal to congratulations, then this loop is not going to run, and then now you're here, still in the function. Now, if the message is equal to congratulations, right? Then the question said over here, if the user guesses the number, the application should congratulate the user. Okay. At this point, the user hasn't gotten it correct. The user message is not equal to congratulations, so the user is still trying to guess, and the message which is too high or too low will be displayed to the user. The user is going to try again, and it's going to keep checking. But if the user gets it correct, this loop is going to be exited and it will be here. That means that the message is equal to congratulations. And if we congratulate the user, it says if the user guesses the number, the application should congratulate the user and then generate a new random number so the game can start over. So the first thing is we should congratulate the user. Now, at this point, message will be equal to congratulations, because this is only going to happen if message is not equal to congratulations. Okay, so if message is not equal to congratulations, then we'll be outside of the loop. The loop wouldn't run, will be here. So we can print out the message, which is going to be congratulations. We can print out message, okay, which is going to be congratulations. So we print to the user congratulations, and then now it says congratulate the user and then generate a new random number so the game can start over. Okay, so basically we're starting over. You can think of it, see, we are starting over, but we need to have the program do that. We need to have the program be able to go back up and generate a new random number, ask the user, check, basically do everything all over again. That's all we're doing. So we need to write code to do that. And so after we've printed out congratulations over here, I'm going to create a while loop here. Okay, and you will understand why I do that. Let's come up here. I'm going to create a while loop. Indent this a little bit. actually before that. So the while loop I want to create is this. I'm going to say, well, before the while loop, I'm going to create a variable. It's going to be a Boolean variable. I'm going to call it user congratulated. User congratulated. And I'm going to set it to false, because when the game starts, right, then it makes sense to say the user hasn't been congratulated. So I'm going to say user congratulated is equal to false. And over here with the while loop, I'm going to say while only run all of this code while the user congratulated Boolean variable is equal to I'm using double equal to, while user congratulation is okay, so only do this while the user congratulated is equal to true. Let me indent this. So basically all I'm saying is this: while the user congratulated is equal to true. I'm using double equals exactly, the same way I was trying to use double equals. Remember I tried to illustrate it here. So I'm using double equals to compare and saying, is this equal to true? Is it equal to true? Is it actually? I don't have to do that. I'm sorry, I don't have to do that. I guess I was thinking too much. This will run. This is the same thing. This will run. This will run. This is correct. There's nothing wrong with it. But I don't have to actually say it's equal to true. Although it's good I pointed it out this way, and I was actually clear and explicit myself, right? So you don't have to really go ahead and say if while user congratulated, you don't have to actually go ahead and say whilst user congratulated is equal to true, it's double equals to true. You don't have to, because you can just say while user congratulated, okay? You can just say while user congratulated. User congratulated has a value of, it's going to be a Boolean variable that's going to have a value of true or false. Initially it's false, and this while loop is going to run this code only when this value is true. Okay, only when this value is true. So when user congratulated is equal to true, all right, then this while loop will run. Okay, so you don't have to go ahead and say that is equal to true, although this works, okay? While it's true, then this will run. But if the value of the Boolean variable changes to true at some point, and this is true, then what's here will run. So you don't have to. You can either do is equal to true. Again, double equals is compare. Don't use comparing. Don't use one equals. Just use double equals. Okay, so while user congratulated is equal to true, this is going to work. This is the same as saying while user congratulated. If the value of user congratulated is true, then this while loop body will run. Okay. But there's a problem. Okay. There's a problem. Well, first of all, the idea is great. Okay. The idea is great because we are, at this point, the message will be congratulations. So we congratulate the user, right? And the loop, the code is going to go back up because it's a loop, and it's going to check. So it's going to check over here. While the user congratulated is so basically if it's true, then this whole thing is going to run. Before that, after. So let me calm down here. I'm getting too excited, which is good. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, so over here, if the user guesses the number, right, the application should congratulate the user. And so over here, at this point, the message will be congratulations, right? So we at this point we would have, sent we would have told the user congratulations. And once we do that, the program says you should go ahead and congratulate the user, and then generate a new random number so the game can start over. So in other words, we're starting over. And so for this to really work, okay, for this while loop to really run, okay, basically this is the whole program. We're starting over here. But for this code, this block of code to really run, user congratulated has to be true. So we over here we display the message saying congratulations, and then we set user congratulated to be equal to true. Now this is 1 equal. I'm assigning the value true. Over here, I'm checking and comparing. Remember when I said user congratulated equal true? I'm comparing. Okay. All right. So, but you don't have to do that. You can just say while user congratulated. If the value is false, this while loop will run. If it's if it's false, this while loop wouldn't run. If it's true, then this while loop, this block will run. And so we congratulate the user over here. We set user in other words, this user congratulated means the user has been congratulated. So we set it to true. And so when the loop comes back up here and checks to see if the user has been congratulated, this will be true. And this while loop will run when the value of this is true. And so we are good here. We are fine. We are fine. This will work perfectly. The only problem is once we call the main function and the program starts, user congratulated is equal to false. Right? User congratulated is equal to false. And for this while loop to run in the first place, user congratulated has to be equal to true. As soon as this while loop starts running, right, it's fine. We are doing everything right. This is going to keep asking the user to guess right, to guess it correctly. But if the user doesn't guess it correctly, we're going to tell the user to try again, keep trying again. So this is going to keep running as long as the user is wrong. As soon as the user gets it correct, the message will be congratulations, because this condition is checking to see if the message is not equal to congratulations. And so if the message is not equal to congratulations, this is running. But as soon as the message is equal to congratulations, then this statement here wouldn't be true. Because because over here, congratulations not equal to congratulations results in false. And if this statement results in false, then the while loop wouldn't run. And so at this point here, the message will be congratulations. So we print congratulations, meaning we congratulate the user. We set user congratulated to true. At this point, the value of user congratulated will be true. And if it's true over here, then the while loop will run. We're fine. But the thing is, as soon as we start main, when we start main, user congratulated has been set to false. It makes sense, right? When you're about to start the game, you haven't been congratulated, so the value is false. It makes sense. And so this should only run when you have been congratulated. So there's a problem, because as soon as the game starts, the user congratulated has been set to false, and so this wouldn't even run in the first place. And so one way we can fix it is this, and it makes sense to, when the game starts, the user hasn't been congratulated. So one way we can fix it is this. I'm going to create another variable. It's going to be another Boolean variable, and I'm going to call it let's start. Okay, I'm going to call it let's start. It's going to be another Boolean variable. I'm going to set it to true. Okay, I'm going to set that to also true. And then over here, I'm going to say, well, we know that this is going to be false, right? This is false. When the game starts, this is false. And so, this is false. We know that the very first time the game starts. But we know let's start is true. And so I'm going to say, while the user congratulated, okay, in other words, while the user has been congratulated, or let's start, okay, let's start is going to be true. And the all means that as long as any of this is true, then enter this while loop. As long as any of these conditions is true, enter this while loop. Okay, and let's start is true. And so check to see, is this true? We know it's going to be false. But let's start is true. And so we've given the program an option to now, or the choice, or basically the permission to now start the while loop. And so we ask the user, we get the number, and so we generate the random number, we ask the user, we check the number, we get a message. If the message is not equal to congratulations, then that means that the message is too high or too low. And if it's too high or too low, we keep on asking the user, okay, checking the number to see if the message is congratulations. And if the message is congratulations, we print the congratulations. We set user congratulated to true. And so at this point, when we set the user congratulated to true, this variable user congratulated will be set to true. Let's start will still also be true, but what this all condition or this all logical operator needs is that only at least one of these has to be true. At least if this is true, then run this while loop. If this is true, run this while loop. If both of them are true, that's fine. All it needs is one of them has to be true. So at the very first time the main function starts, okay, the main function begins, right? let's start with set to true, and we give this program the permission to start running this while loop. This while loop is going to keep asking the user when when they haven't been congratulated, when the message is not equal to congratulations, when the message is equal to too high or too low. So they're going to keep trapped over here until they get it correct, and when they get it correct, then we congratulate them. We set this variable to true. Okay, at this point, that will be true. If it's not true, well, that means that's the first time the game is starting, right? If it wouldn't be true, it will be set to false. And so in that case, let's start, and it makes sense because this is when we are starting the game. So let's start to set to true. And so as long as any of these is true, which let's start to set to true, we run the while loop. Okay. And then it makes sense. It's going to work now. But like I mentioned, the question is an infinite loop. The question basically we've solved the question exactly the way it was asked. Okay, we'll talk about this optional enhancement soon. But if I run this program now, let's test it out. I'm going to save it where I normally save the Python files, right? And so go to desktop, Python, programming challenges, chapter 5, and create a new folder and call it random number guessing game. Great. And then I'm going to save this the same way. Random number guessing game .py. Let's test to see if we have any problems. Oh, nothing's going to happen, of course. And I always do this. Nothing is going to happen because over here we've defined functions. We've defined functions over here. We've defined the main function, which is fine. Although we are calling these functions, we're calling them. This whole block is in the main function, and nothing is going to happen until we call the main function, because all these statements are in the main function, and the main function itself is a function. We've only defined it. We have to call it for anything in the main function to work. And so right under this, I'm going to call the main function. And so now it's going to try to run what's in the main function, and then we'll check to see if we have any errors, or if not, we'll run the program. So I debugged it again. Okay, so it says random, what is it saying? Module random has no attribute rand int. Hold on. Did I get it correct? Rand int. Random.rand int. Oh, sorry. And so the rand int function, okay, is not spelt this way. It's a small letter I and not a capital letter I. Because I'm so used to camel case, that's why I did this. But then in the random module itself, right? Let's see if I want to see something. I'm curious. Oh, it does take you there. And so let me close this. This is the nice feature about Wing 101. It tells you what's in the random module. It shows you, it takes you there. So if you want to know how, for example, the print function was defined by the people who created Python, you can click on it, right, and then click on this arrow, and it will take you where it is. It will take you to where it is. So I was just curious. When you click on, this is my first time doing this actually, but I've done it with other things. This is my first time doing it with a random. So you click on a random module. A module is basically a file full of functions. A file that is full of functions. So by importing this, we have imported that file, and now we have access to those functions. Those functions have already been defined. So I click this name, and I click on this, and it opened up the random module. So this is the random module over here. This is the random module, and this is all the code that deals with random. And so if I just do a search for rand int, we can see a first name run here, another one here, and we can see it saying over here define rand int. So it's nice. This is my first time actually seeing this, and so it has some whole confusing code that you may be confused. We don't have to. This is actually not part of the question, but it's cool. It's really cool, and that's why I just wanted to show it. And so yeah, so this is what I wanted to mention out, that the rand int is not spelt the way I have spelt it with a capital I. It's spelt with a small letter I. And so I'm going to copy this, and then now let's close this. I'm sorry to this is actually good. Later on you can actually mess with this, but it can get confusing when you're learning, or when you're seeing Python for the first time. So I'm going to close this, but it's really, really cool. Wow, this is really, really cool. So all sort of complex math stuff over here, which it's crazy over here, right? I don't even want to get into it now, but but it's good once you understand it. So let me close this Python random module, and it's not spelled this way. It's spelled with a small letter I. Okay, I copied it, but all right. So now when I run this, it should work. Okay, so let's just close all of this. It opened. Stack data. Okay.